Hi, and welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance, where I want to take part in this quest that points me here? No, to Sir Livish. The Sport of the Kings, that I looked up again in my recording. She never mentioned with any syllable that it's about a race, but then all of a sudden it's a race. And I know it, and everybody else knows it, but she never mentioned it.
My lord, I bring greetings from Smill's widow, Zora, mistress of the Neuhof stud farm.
Zora. The poor woman, to lose her husband in such a terrible way. How can I help her?
She sends her respects and would like to ask, if you don't mind, why you stopped buying horses from her.
I take my horses from Uzits now. It's no reflection on Zora or her people, but it was clear to me after the tragedy
again the
at
perfect
Neuhof,
camera angle.
the stud farm would never recover. I'm not inclined to buy my steeds from a stud farm run by a woman. You can understand that, can't you? Being a stable master is a man's work.
Her horses. Yeah, I can do horsemanship in the talking. Wow, his speech is at 0.
Her horses? They're beautiful, powerful animals, my lord. Impeccable hooves, strong teeth, clean ears. You certainly won't get any better from Uzits.
You do seem to know a great deal about horses. If what you say is true, then I have an idea. We'll hold a horse race, and whoever's horse fares better, that's who we'll buy from. I hope you will carry the Neuhof colors.
It looks that way. I've already bought the horse.
Splendid. Tell my stable master about my decision. Meanwhile, I'll send word to the riders from the other stables around. Let's make a proper show of it. Good luck, then.
And this horse race was the one that I didn't wanna do at the end of the last episode, because I thought maybe I'll need like several tries and I want to give it all I can.
God save you. What can I do for you?
I'd
What?
like to find out about the poachers round here who've been stealing game recently.
Don't ask me. Talk.
I see.
Blacksmith Betty.
So Divish has sent me about the race.
Race?
Yes, I'm to tell you he wants to arrange a horse race. He will send word himself to the other stables and riders in the area.
It's true, no one's raced the Talmberg track for ages. And the folk around here could use a bit of excitement. But what's your part in this?
Actually, Mistress Zora sent me. She wants his lordship to start buying her horses again.
Zora? She's from the Neuhof stud, ain't she?
Yes.
I hope with all my heart you win. After what's happened to Zora, she deserves some luck. Do you know the rules of the race?
I don't.
We'll tell you before the start of the race where the poles are and what order you have to reach them in. There's no set course. You can take any route you want. Knowing the lie of the land is very important. You must take a ribbon from each pole, and once you have them all, you can ride back. If you're the first one here, then you win. Got it?
I understand.
All right, but a race like that will take some time to arrange. Bring the dappled grey tomorrow to the gate of the Outer Bailey at noon. The start will be there.
All right, thanks.
God be with you.
To the grate of the Outer Bailey at noon. At noon tomorrow on Zora's Dappled Grey. This one was way slower than my horse. Can't train it though. I don't know how. But my horse was slower before. I think 32 was the speed he started with, and that's not a bad speed, I think. This one's more courage and has more capacity. That's good because I'm wearing plate armor. And okay, stamina is also better. So maybe it's a better sword horse for racing. Tomorrow at noon, that's in like a few hours. How am I on nourishment? I don't need any. Okay. We and our horse are waiting there from now to noon. The question is, can I wait over noon, or will it be wrong? Talmberg horse race. There it is. The glorious Talmberg ribbon race. And doesn't tell anything more. So now I'm waiting for an hour. It's a divish, a guard, a townsman and a guard. So I suppose we're waiting. Let's hope that it goes well by waiting over 12. I'm on the horse in the right place.
I welcome you all to the great Talmberg horse race, where the best steeds and riders in the
Perfect
land
placement,
will compete
dog.
to see
Stay there.
fastest. Fate and fortune won't decide the winner here today.
No, not there.
Horsemanship, knowing the lay of the land, and quick wits will bring victory. But I won't hold things up any longer. Competitors, prepare
Dead tree in
yourselves.
Uschitz.
Ready, steady, go! Yeah.
They're faster than me. By a bit, but not much. I'm like second fastest, just by the pure speed of the horse, combined with my horsemanship. We'll see how we compare on stamina. Because for now I can very well go to the speed. They're taking exactly the route, which is good at this part. I'm doing that too because it's, well, the best way to go on here. Because this forest isn't that great for going straight through with a horse. Let's see who has more stamina, my friend. I'm at half. We must just ride through. Where's the dead tree? Don't see the dead tree. Should have looked at the map to see where in Uschitz it is. Other side of the town. Okay.
Come on. Come on.
Look at the map to see where the next one is. By Meerhoyet. Okay. Need to be cantering until my horse is alright again. Should have turned right there where I was. Oh god. I'm now in last place? Oh, he had to stop now. His stamina was completely run out. I'm very good at horsemanship. How can I not win this? I must win this. I'm so good at horsemanship. But it's good to have them to follow so that I don't lose track of where to go. So this one before me goes in a straight gallop, and then every once in a while he just trots, which makes me go past him again. And we're second in line already again. We need to find a shortcut.
Yeah.
I stopped holding this stick forward, so my horse did go down to a trot for a second. Okay, he is exhausted now too. At least this bit. Okay. Somewhere up there. In Marriott or by the mill? I didn't exactly pay attention. I just saw the name Marriott on the map and knew that we had to go there. And which way to take to the general direction. But here we are. Go horse go. We're second in line. Okay, this is where the thing is. Next one is by the quarry. Okay. Go straight. No, no. Oh god. There were some half walls. Great. We can go straight for the quarry. We don't need to return to the bridge. Do I have a horsemanship potion to use for a second try? That's what I'm asking myself. Are there maybe better spurs? What? No, 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 no! Oh god. Fucking horse. Should be able to go over the river somewhere here. It's like a shallow way. Yeah, like right here. No, no.
Go, go, go!
This is the right direction. Need to rest my left hand. And go here. Instead of going around. I should be by far the first now. Yeah, shortcut cut was good. Shortcut was very good. Quest completed the Talmberg horse race. Win the race. Talk to Sir Divish, says the next one.
And here's our champion. A very impressive ride, Henry. Truly. And on a horse from Neuhof. It seems I'll have to reconsider where I get my horses from.
Are you going to buy from Zora then?
I'd be insane not to. You've proven to me the exceptional nature of her horses. Please send her the news with my greetings.
Thank you, my lord. Thank you. I'll pass your message on to her.
Okay. Bring Zora's horse back. This is part of the quest. Speak Sir Divish. Can you please stop amassing more? Okay. Tell Zora how the horse ended and optional. Bring Zora's horse back. Assume that one will get a proper icon. Now, no, it won't. Zora's horse back to Talmberg? Or Zora's horse back to Zora? Let's try that now. Okay, it would have auto done it. We had 2 horse deliveries here already, so I know what the sign is of horse successfully brought back. It isn't like that. Okay. So we have to bring it back to Neuhof. So then let's ride to Neuhof. And wait, I did take another way the last time. I came out where the hunter lives. Ah, here they are. The slow ones. The slow pokes. Okay. So I'll meet you at Zora's place then. And here we are back at Neuhof, where my and Radzig's horse are standing. Bring the horse back, it said. Where? I assume I'll stay on it and give it to Ginger.
Good afternoon.
That race, it was quite something.
So the race is over? Tell me, please, how did it go?
Not good. Terrible. Atrocious, really. Zora, prepare for the worst.
Mother of God, what am I to do?
Alas, you'll need to begin anew. Because Sir Divish wants to buy your horses.
Why, I ought to wring your neck, you rat. That's not the kind of joke you play on a woman of my age.
Congratulations, Zora.
Thank you, lad. But how can I ever pay you back? Wait, I've got it.
You'll get the best saddle to be had in the whole province. Smill had it made in Kuttenberg.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's you I owe thanks to, lad. God be with you.
A noble saddle with 4 saddlebags. In comparison to the other saddle that we had, which had also 4 saddlebags, it's always on under armor. We had the hunter saddle with 4 saddlebags, which is now completely at 0%, which I completely did neglect. Okay, this gives 100, this gives 200 carry weight. Wow, okay, that's a real good saddle. Okay. My horse's courage is up to 15 already, which is great. The sport of kings. That was a nice little horse race, and I'm glad that I am so good at horsemanning. Did I up my horsemanship skill? No, I'm already at the master level.
Good luck then.
But what else do you do you sell? Significantly increase your charisma, the silver spurs. 17 charisma. Oh, should have looked at that. She also has golden spurs. 20 charisma. Okay, I'll buy the golden spurs and sell the cumin spurs. And I'm shaking basket. I want to see. These one only had charisma 13. Okay. Yeah, close the deal, why not? And of course equip the golden spurs. Which makes my charisma go up even further. And are they better at horsemanning? Yes, they are by far. This alone should have pointed me into buying them. Wow. Okay. So my horse can now carry more. And my horsemanship is at 20 now. So we were going now for the Inn in the Glades, which is right around the corner here. After we finally helped Zora to get her stables up and running again. And we can now go to the inn to continue with the hare hunt, the quest is called. The one about Henneken Hare, the mysterious weird person. That's probably... I'll see how that quest develops. We'll take care of that quest the rest of this episode and I suppose tomorrow's episode, because it seems like a longer quest line. I have to reactivate the quest, of course. Hare hunt. And one of the quest targets is here. I suppose I have to talk to Andrew.
Good day to you.
Listen, innkeeper, I hear you have some game here from time to time.
Aye, we have dice games happening most nights.
You'd make a stuffed bird laugh. You know full well what I mean.
No, I've no idea what you're talking about.
I'm not here to make any trouble for you. Just looking for some job I can, aim for. Another string to my bow, so to speak.
I think I'm catching your drift.
Splendid.
But before I tell you anything, I'll have to put you to the test. You know, I can't send every Tom, Dick and Harry to my friends.
Fair enough. What do you want me to do?
At the stud farm near here, there's a stable hand by the name of Jakub. Bastard got lucky at dice and won my favourite tankard off me.
And what's that got to do with me?
If you'd stop interrupting, you might find out. Anyway, he's so full of himself, he doesn't want to give it back, not even for money. But he's very fond of archery, and I don't need to add he likes to make bets.
I'm with you. If I can win your tankard back and bring it to you, you'll know that
You're not completely useless. That's right. So, get going. I'm thirsty, and I'll always taste it better out of my trusty old tankard.
Sheep in wolf's clothing. Interesting. What else did you train on your axe?
Farewell.
Check out the inn in the glade, but the other villages, don't they have to tell me something about poaching?
I'd like to find out
I don't know anything about it.
Oh.
But if I were you, I'd speak to Martha, the innkeeper's wife. She knows all the goings-on around here. You can find her at the tavern.
Another person to talk to. Okay, we have to check more of them. Talking to people is sometimes very difficult if they're indoors.
May the Lord watch over you. Got it for you right here.
God save.
I'd like to find...
What about them?
Well, I wondered if you've got any idea...
Tom of the Baths was mouthing
Tom
off
of the
at
Baths.
Tavern, that's all I know.
Another person.
I'd like to find out...
I don't know anything about that. But
Brother the Tenor. Was it another person?
Got it for you right here.
I hope I can be...
I'd like to find...
That one was grayed out.
Good luck then.
If they are being grayed out and repeating,
I'd like to find...
that was the wrong one. Can't speak to the right one, yeah.
God save you.
I'd like to...
I don't have time for gossip.
Olena, the fisherman's
Take
hut. I talked to her.
good luck then.
Okay. So I assume I have a bit more. He has more activities going on, which is weird.
How's trade?
Nothing we...
I think if I start his quest, he will have me poach game for him. So we have to now go to Neuhof again for that other quest that will let me in on the poachers, which is an entirely different approach. And I'd like to take both approaches to see how far we come with both, and to then see for which one we'll be deciding. I hope that I don't have to archery my way to the tankard, that I can just, I don't know, knock him unconscious and steal the stuff, or loot his chest by lockpicking it, or do something that I'm good at. Maybe convince him into just giving it to me. Okay. So let's see. Jakub. He's one of the stable hands, I know. Questions. Oh god. Okay. I thought he was standing here to go to bed like the other ones.
God grant you health.
I hear you won a tankard off Andrew the innkeeper.
I did. Luck was on my side. What's it to you?
You ought to give it back.
Why should I?
Because the innkeeper wants it back, and because I fucking say so.
Manly words. But if you want the tankard, words won't be enough.
Fine.
May the Lord
Have-
watch
God
over
be with you.
Henry.
I'm over here.
Yeah, I need to go away from all the other reputation gained. And now? Talk to him again? Because looting is forbidden. What does the quest say? Not hair hunt. Get it from him. Don't want to loot him now with everyone being able to see? I'm not being followed this time. The one time where I unconscious the guard and stole it, I was directly getting followed. Weird. I'll have to look back what I did differently there, because there was no one around that time. And this time there was someone around having their backs to me. Oh no. Do I need to crouch? Because if I don't stealth loot but normal loot from an unconscious person, the game bugs out? Let it be that way, please. Yeah, whatever. We can talk to Andrew again at the inn in the glade in a second when we reach there. And for those 10 seconds that we need to reach there, I won't be skipping you over that. You can just follow me along. Okay, Andrew. We also have some pickpocketing to do here for a quest, but no. That will have to wait until I level it. I'm fully planning on stopping to power level pickpocketing at some point between episodes.
I brought you back your tankard.
Ah, so you're not completely useless. Lukash will be happy to see what handy people I'm sending him.
I suppose this Lukash is your poacher friend.
Now then, poacher's not a very nice word. I'll call him more a man who knows a good opportunity when he sees one.
I see. And where can I find this opportunistic friend of yours?
He lives on the hill to the north of the castle, in a small hut. If you're planning to talk to him, make sure you tell him I sent you.
I won't forget. Thanks.
I'm the one who should thank you. I'm looking forward to putting my lips to the old love of mine.
Okay.
Good luck to you.
We returned the tanker to Andrew, and we're supposed to meet with Black Lukash. So now we're supposed to return to Talmberg. That's where the clearing where everything went on. There's Black Lukash. Then we have Breda, Martha, Margaret, and Thomas from the bathhouse, which we all have to talk to. So let's start by riding there. I'll see you when I get back to Talmberg. Okay, and we're here to talk to Margaret, the huntsman's wife, to learn what she knows.
God be with you. What can I do for you?
I'd like to ask you about Hannikin Hare.
I'm sorry, but I really don't want to talk about that.
The thing is, every time I spoke to someone about Hare, they always ended up talking about you.
But I don't.
You aren't to blame for anything, is that it? Well, I am willing to believe you, but you do know more than you're telling, and I need to hear it.
Very well. You're right. And what would you like to know about Hare?
How were things between you and Hare back then?
There was nothing between us. Hannikin Hare impressed my father with all his talk of noble blood, but I couldn't stand him. and I didn't want to marry him. And then it made no odds after he ran away.
So you didn't want him? I only asked because I've heard differently.
That's village talk. Of course folk gossip. Mostly they just want to hurt Nicholas.
Did Hare really commit the murder?
God in heaven, how should I know? Anyway, it doesn't matter now.
That remains to be seen. What did you talk about in the woods with Hannikin Hare?
I see Betty's mouth's been busy.
Don't blame her. I had to work hard to weasel it out of her. Now tell me.
Oh, all right. Well, it seems Hannikin Hare's exile has addled his brain. He told me he'd go off with me, that he still loves me and nonsense like that.
And what about you?
What do you mean? I was so shocked, I couldn't even scream.
Is that all he told you?
He said if I change my mind, I'm to hang a garland of forget-me-nots on the house and wait for him at that place of ours.
Where was it you saw him exactly?
I wish I could tell you. The whole thing was like a fever dream. I almost got lost trying to get out of the forest. Even if I remembered, it wouldn't be any use to you. Hannikin Hare moves through the forest like a ghost. He knows every tree root off by heart.
That'll be everything.
Good luck,
Not
then.
yet. Not yet. But I can indeed lure her. What was the thing? Okay. I need to keep that in mind because it doesn't appear at my quest targets anymore. I can lure her to the place where they met before. I can lure him. I can tell her to lure him to the place they've met before. Okay. That's an interesting change. I want to know more before I do that. Is that the guy who sent me on the hunting quest? Brother the Tanner? He knows about poachers. Of course he knows about poachers. I know that he knows about poachers.
God grant you health. How may I help you?
I heard you have poacher trouble.
Certainly do. They're running wild around here. And they kill a lot more than they take. Many a time I've seen a carcass just thrown in a ditch.
Why would someone just toss their catch in the woods? It doesn't make sense.
The wagging tongues say they're just doing it to spite the huntsman.
Do you have any idea who the poachers could be?
If I knew, the bastards would be strung up by now.
Don't tell me you've heard nothing at all.
Well, I did hear that Thomas, that fellow who works at the bathhouse, was mouthing off recently, saying he'd go and bag himself some game and lay on a right feast for the village girls.
I see. Has anyone seen those poachers with their own eyes?
No, just the dead game they leave behind. But blacksmith Betty saw some goings-on in the woods.
Goings-on? What's that supposed to mean?
Well, that's what she said, and I ain't one to pry.
Why would anyone want to take revenge on the huntsman?
He's not the best-liked man in the village. We all know that. And then there are those who say Hannikin Hare is back.
Who's Hannikin Hare?
You're not from around here, are you? The Hare's quite the Talmberg legend. He used to be master huntsman here once, but then he ran off.
Why did he run?
Well, it just so happens I know the answer to that. Some big important nobleman came to Talmberg around then, and they made a grand occasion of it.
Yeah, he did kill that.
Why take revenge on Master Huntsman?
Because of Nicholas's wife, Margaret. Hare had his eye on her back then, but she didn't care for him and he was fuming. Well, and after he disappeared, Nicholas got his post.
And his wife.
Where did he run to?
No one really knows. They say he's hiding in secret tunnels beneath the castle, but that's all fairy tales. It's been years. As I see it, he's underground all right. 6 feet down and cold.
I want to ask about some...
Okay.
Good luck then.
That's all I can learn from him. We still have to talk to 2 more people, which is Martha. And why is Thomas going over there? Thomas is going over to Black Lucas. Because he's one of the poachers. Yeah, of course. That makes sense. But let's go to Martha, the innkeeper's wife now. and then I'll read you another book and end the episode there. The book reading I do because I want to read every book in the game, and that's the way you can experience that while also skipping everything you don't want to know.
Good health to you.
I heard you've got a poaching problem in the woods around here.
In the woods and out of them. Not long back the bastards hung a deer's head on the huntsman's house.
That's pretty brazen of them.
Certainly is. Word around the village is that someone wants to shame him till he squirms.
Putting a deer's head on the huntsman's house sounds pretty risky. Why would anyone do that?
Maybe they want to show that Huntsman Nicholas is no match for them. And they're not wrong. He isn't the man he should be.
Do you think it was someone local?
I really don't know. All sorts of things get said. Hannikin Hare's back, if you listen to some, and others are going on about Tom of the Baths. They swear blind he's got his fingers in it.
And what about you?
It could be anyone. There's more than one that has it in for Nicholas. And who knows what the neighbors get up to by night.
What's so suspicious about this Thomas?
Just that he was drunk and blabbering about how he was going to bring back venison from the woods.
Tell me something about Hannikin Hare.
He used to be master huntsman here a while back. But then Nicholas got him accused of a murder, and the hare had to flee. It cost him the huntsman's rank and Margaret, too.
What happened between Hare and Nicholas, anyway?
Those two didn't get on from the start. And then that business with Margaret really set them at each other's throats. But it all came to a head about 15 years back when Sir Henry of Lipa came to visit.
Sir Hanish's father?
Just so. There was a banquet at the castle in his honor, and in the morning they found one of Sir Henry's men-at-arms in the ditch with his neck broken. Well, Nicholas made sure the blame fell on Hannikin Hare.
And what happened to Hare?
That's just it. No one rightly knows. They put him in the dungeon, but when Sir Henry's men came for him the next morning, he was gone. No one knows what became of him.
So, before we're going on with the story, my idea. I think Sir Henry's man was murdered by Nicholas, who blamed it on Hannikin Hare, who then fled with the help of Margaret. That's what I'm thinking. And Margaret still loves him, but has no choice but to stay with Nicholas.
So how did Nicholas put the blame on Hare?
Nicholas always had a viper's tongue, and events made it easy for him. That evening there'd been a right falling out between Hare and the guardsman. Blows were struck. Well, Sir Divish didn't want any ill will with Sir Henry, so he tried to settle things as quick as he could, and Hare got the short straw.
What was going on with Margaret?
Her father promised her to Hannikin, because they seemed a good match. But Nicholas couldn't stomach that, so he did what he did.
I believe her completely.
Oh. Tell me something about Hannikin Hare.
He used to be master huntsman here a while back. But then
We had that.
So why do people think Tom of the Baths is involved?
Ah, that's just nonsense. He was bragging in the tavern that he'd put on a venison feast for the village girls. Deer for the deers.
Did he?
I doubt it. He's all mouth and no trousers. But if you want to know more, ask my husband, the innkeeper. I wasn't here that evening.
That'll be all. Thanks.
Goodbye.
Okay. Then I'm now gonna read you another book. And tomorrow we'll continue with Thomas from the bathhouse is right here. No, I'll talk to him now. This will be a bit of a longer episode, but then we have all the talking out of the way.
God's blessings. What can I do for you?
I'm here to find out about the poachers.
Well, ask away.
I heard you were yelling in the tavern that you were off to hunt some venison.
Look here. I don't know who you are, but you should watch your mouth.
I will, don't you worry. So what happened then?
What? Nothing. It was just the beer talking. I got pissed and started spouting shit. Didn't mean a word of it.
Maybe not. That remains to be seen. Blacksmith Betty saw people feasting in the woods, and she says there was a nice smell of venison. What do you know about it?
Nothing. I wasn't there.
And I don't suppose you'll tell me who was?
No, because I wasn't there.
That'll do me. I hear there's been trouble with poachers recently.
I don't have time to talk to... Good luck, then.
Okay. Stupid red attorney. I want to know what... I have to follow him. The D that's following him, the D marker says that I'll have to follow him, don't I? Find out what happened to Thomas from the bathhouse. Okay. He's still here. Will something happen to him? Yeah, that's optional. Optional also to find the poachers. The poachers are here, by the way. So I'll have to think about between episodes whether I want to go to Black Lukash now or to the forest clearing. But I think, or give her the order that she arranges the meeting with Henneken Hare. And we'll have to choose one of those 3 possible outcomes of this quest, which is, wow, that's a lot of different outcomes. I think I'm putting in here short and lost in translation so that red attorney doesn't keep showing up on the map. So I'll have to choose one of those. But let's get back to the tavern now. To my amazing horse. And let's read a book.
One beer for me.
And then we'll sleep onto the morning. And today we're reading the Song of the Merry Poor because I'm tired of reading all those other religious kind of stuff to you. Now has winter come, hear you ragged ones, evil times are on us, and clothing none. Evil winds blown, evil is sown, blasts of bitter weather, one upon another, bringing naught but bother. Heavy falls the snow, foretelling great woe. Worn threadbare your cloak, whose torn and shoes are broke. We sleep through summer, heedless in slumber, of next winter's snows, how great our woes, how poor our clothes. Ye poor be of good cheer, joyous with us here. Clothes worn away, heads turned to grey. Despair, poor ones, shall guide us on. What can we endeavour, our path forever, to seek God's favour? Caps from our heads torn, none is left to keep. What grief have we sown, so shall we yet reap. Sheaves cut short and sad of heart. In Bohemia what to do, but to the tavern we go, for relief from who? And at the alehouse then, they give us naught to drink. Oh, what a misery to sup from a dry and empty cup. Pawn accursed with empty purse. What can you endeavour? Seek relief from labour and ask God's favour. On Fridays here's our fare, soup from water prepared, stew of grass and wood, an end to this bad food. Fish will there be from Danube or sea. Of that there's little fear, for even eels are dear and loach are far from here. On Saturday we'll sup from Greece's bitter cup, and on Sunday morning empty bellies groaning. At the table together, one poor as another, we'll sit and take our share, for nothing else but air, and let that be our fare. The cooks for us will brew, from midst and fock a stew, from darkness roasted game, and venison in dream. Stew a log of wood, or a club for food, to honor guests and treat them. Such food they serve to feed them, would better serve to beat them. Keep your foot so rough, black pudding with barley, and cabbage we love, buttermilk and whey. Mashed peas, noodles with seed, or poppy smoked ham too, a pumpkin or two, and chickpea stew. That was the Song of the Happy Poor, of which I don't know how the melody goes, so I massacred those lyrics by not applying them to any melody. So, see you tomorrow with what I hope will be the conclusion to this quest, and have a nice day.